ever looked at your bank account and thought, wait, I swear I had more money in there yesterday? You're not alone. Most of us have been there wondering where our paycheck has disappeared to so fast. And that's why budgeting apps exist, to give you clarity on where exactly your money is going before it vanishes to things like subscriptions, delivery fees, or those late night impulse purchases. Two of the biggest names right now are Rocket Money and Monarch Money, and both of them claim to help you build better habits and gain better control over your money. But here's the real question. Which one is better for you? I'm Alex, aka your money friend, and today we're putting Monarch Money and Rocket Money in a head-to-head. We're gonna look at everything from features and design, ease of use, pricing, and even hidden drawbacks that you may not know about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which app fits your needs the best, so let's jump right into it. Now, there are dozens of budgeting apps out there, but these two, Rocket Money and Mint, really exploded in popularity after Mint got shut down. Thousands of users were looking for a budgeting app for their finances, and these two apps were the front runners. Rocket Money really stands out for the automation. It does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Here's what I mean by this. It does this by finding subscriptions that you forgot about, negotiating your bills, and showing your finances in one clean dashboard. Now, Monarch Money, on the other hand, is more built around customization. It's built more for those people looking for control, flexibility, long-term planning, and not just month-to-month budgeting. Here's how I like to think about it. One's like a Tesla with autopilot, and the other one's like a supercar that you're able to customize every single detail. Now, both of them are going to get you to your financial goals, but the experience in itself is just completely different. Now, let's start with the part that you notice first, which is the design and ease of use. Rocket Money keeps things clean and straightforward. When you log in, you'll see your total spending for the month and then reoccurring bills. I think it's really cool because you can see all of your linked accounts all in one quick look. It kind of feels like opening your phone's weather app. You kind of get everything you need all in a quick glance without having to do any extra digging. And it's especially beginner friendly because you don't have to customize a bunch at the start. Rocket Money sorts your transactions into about 30 categories automatically. You can change them if you want, but for most people, it works right away. Now, Monarch, on the other hand, it feels more like a professional dashboard. There's a lot more customization to it. You can choose what shows up on your homepage, build custom reports, and have everything organized just how you like. Now, the trade-off is there is a slight learning curve. When you first open Monarch, you might feel a little bit overwhelmed, and it just takes a little bit of time to get used to with all the features that they do have. Think of it like this. Rocket Money is like grabbing an iPhone out of the box. Out of the box, it's easy to use, it's easy to set up. And I like to think of Monarch more of like building your own PC. There's a lot more customizable parts that go into it. So if you're somebody who likes tweaking settings until everything is perfect, Monarch is your app. Both apps let you link your bank accounts, credit cards, and loans, as well as your investment accounts, but there are key differences. Rocket Money uses standard connections through Plaid, which works well for most major banks. But if you're someone who uses smaller credit unions or regional banks, you might run into some syncing hiccups. Monarch Money allows you to connect to multiple providers, whether that be Plaid, Finicity, or MX. This means that you have a lot more chances to getting your accounts to sync smoothly. And if you ever switch banks or your connection fails, Monarch makes it easier to transfer your transaction history without losing years of data. And that's a huge win for people with more complex accounts or finances. So I would say, as far as connections go, Monarch is going to take the win, especially if you're somebody who's looking for long-term reliability. All right, now that we're talking about the budgeting side of things, this is where both of the apps really show their differences. Rocket Money gives you a really straightforward budget setup. You can add categories, set spending limits, and track your progress. In the free version, you're limited to around 5 categories, but the premium version unlocks unlimited customization. Rocket Money is simple, visual, and easy to follow. You'll be able to see how much you spent this month compared to last month and whether you're trending up or you're trending down as far as your spending goes. So this is a great app for anyone who wants to keep their spending under control. Monarch Money, on the other hand, has two powerful budgeting styles. They have traditional category budgeting, which works kind of similar to Rocket Money. You assign a dollar amount to each category, whether that be groceries, rent, or entertainment. And then on the other hand, they have flex budgeting, which is a little bit more unique. So let me break it down for you guys. Instead of having to stress out about every single category, it really just compiles all of your expenses into 3 main categories and 3 main buckets. You have fixed expenses, and then you have non-monthly expenses, which can be things like vacation or just one-time fees, one-time purchases. And then you have flexible expenses, which can be things like dining or shopping. Flex budgeting is a great option, especially for those people who feel like they failed their budget if they just went a little bit over spending on groceries. So if one category goes up, but the other goes down, you're still on track as long as the overall budget balances out. But if you're somebody who just wants something quick and easy to stick with, Rocket Money gets that job done. All right, so now let's talk about subscription tracking and bill negotiation. Here's where Rocket Money really shines. One of its standout features is subscription tracking. The app scans your accounts, shows reoccurring charges, and then it shows everything in one place. So if you forgot about the free trial that you signed up for 6 months ago, Rocket Money will find it. On top of that, Rocket Money offers bill negotiation. So you can upload things like your TV or your phone bill, and Rocket Money will actually call them and try to negotiate your bill to be a little bit lower. If they do succeed, they take a cut of the savings, which is around 30 to 60%, but you're still saving money overall. Monarch does not offer any of these features. It more focuses on budgeting and planning, not active bill management. So if you're the type of person who always forgets about your subscriptions, or you just hate dealing with customer service, Rocket Money is going to be the winner in this situation. All right, now let's talk about your bigger financial picture. Rocket Money lets you link your investment accounts, but it only shows kind of more basic info. It's useful if you want to know your net worth or know if your 401k balance is either up or down, but to be honest with you, it's not very detailed. Monarch goes much deeper. You link all of your investments, and then once you do that, you can track individual holdings, see performance trends, and even create custom reports. Monarch also lets you add assets manually, like your home, your car, or other valuables, so your net worth is fully accurate. So if you're someone who wants to track your entire financial life and not just spending, Monarch is going to be the stronger option for you here. Now, both of these apps, they do give you reports, but the style is just a little bit different. Rocket Money keeps it super simple. You get pie charts and comparisons month to month. You also get spending breakdowns, and it's just enough to see trends without having to overwhelm you. Now, with Monarch itself, you can actually filter with a bunch of different things, whether that be date, category, tag, or account. You can also generate really detailed reports and export them and then save them for later. So if you're a numbers person or you're just a business owner who loves data, Monarch is the dream. So it just totally depends on you. Do you want quick insights? Then go with Rocket Money. If you want detailed reports, go ahead and go with Monarch. All right, now let's talk about security and privacy, because whenever you're linking your bank accounts, security and privacy are huge talking points. Both Rocket Money and Monarch Money use bank level encryption. They also use two-factor authentication, and they do not sell your personal data to advertisers. Since both of the apps are paid, they don't need to make money off of your data. Monarch is especially transparent about security itself. They do something called running a penetration test, and they also immediately cut employee access after somebody leaves the company. Rocket Money has good protection as well, but Monarch is just a little bit more vocal of what they actually do. So for peace of mind, both of them are safe, but Monarch does a really great job of vocalizing that and showing you guys so that you can actually have that peace of mind knowing that they're doing everything in their power to ensure that your data is safe and secure. Both of the apps work on mobile and desktop, but the experience is totally different. Rocket Money, I would say, is more mobile first. The app itself is very polished and very intuitive. And while the web version works totally fine, most people just find that they like the phone experience and the mobile app a little bit better. Monarch Money has a very strong desktop version. The web dashboard feels more like a professional software. You really have more space for charts, graphs, and just customization. The mobile app is super solid too, but if you're somebody who likes working on a bigger screen, Monarch, I would say, is better. So if you're somebody who just likes going on your phone and checking things really quickly, Rocket Money is going to be the best fit for you. But if you're somebody who really likes to dive in and analyze stuff on your desktop, on your computer, I would say Monarch is the best fit for you. All right, now let's talk about customer support. Rocket Money uses in-app customer support as well as email customer support. Now, they're usually responsive, but you sometimes might have to talk to a bot first before you actually get through to a real human. Monarch also uses an in-app chat as well as email, but they tend to respond quicker, especially to those paid members. They even offer tutorials, webinars, and courses to help you get more familiar with the app and the platform itself. So Monarch feels a little bit more educational, and then Rocket Money is just kind of that straightforward customer support that you're used to. Now for the part that everyone wants to know, what is it going to cost? Also, really quick, if you decide to try Rocket Money or Monarch Money, I'll go ahead and drop the links for both of them down below. Using those helps support the channel at no extra cost for you, and it allows us to keep making free videos like this for you guys. All right, cool. Now with that said, let's actually break down the pricing. And let me break down how exactly this works. If we take a look right here, our optional premium membership provides enhanced features at a price that suits you. These prices can vary at times and across platforms, but in general, members can choose monthly prices between between $6 and $12 per month. So essentially with premium, you pay what you think it's worth, and it's usually between that $6 to $12 range. So if you think it's $6, you pay $6. If you're willing to give them a little extra money and think it's worth $12, you could go ahead and pay $12. All right, now let's talk about Monarch's pricing. Monarch doesn't actually have a free version. If you're somebody who wants to just go ahead and test it out for that first month, you can definitely go ahead and try it out for the $14.99 a month and then get the yearly or annual version once you decide if you like it or not. So Rocket Money is definitely cheaper, especially if you like that pay what you want type of model. And Monarch costs more, but it gives you more of that in-depth control. All right, so who should actually use Rocket Money? I would say that Rocket Money is perfect if you want automation and simplicity. You're forgetful with things like subscriptions or bills. You want a cheaper option to get started. You prefer using something like your phone over maybe a desktop or a computer. Rocket Money is kind of like having a financial assistant who quietly organizes things for you in the background. It's not the most advanced app, but it makes your life a whole lot easier without requiring much effort. Who should use Monarch Money? Monarch is perfect if you want customization and control, and you care about long-term financial planning, not just budgeting. You have multiple accounts, investments, or assets that you want to track, and also if you don't mind paying for more of those premium features. Monarch is like a financial planner in app form. It takes a little bit longer to set up, but once you have it dialed in, you'll have a complete picture of your money like you never have before. So Rocket Money or Monarch, which one is better? If you want easy, automated, and affordable, Rocket Money is the winner. It's beginner friendly, saves you money on bills, and makes budgeting a whole lot simpler. If you want customization, depth, and long-term insights, I would say Monarch wins because it's built for those people who want more control over their finances and who want more of that bird's eye view so that you can see everything that is going on. Now, neither of them are better overall. They just serve different types of people. And honestly, that's the key to budgeting. The best tool isn't the one with all the fancy, complicated charts. It's the tool that works best for you, that's going to allow you to be consistent with your budgeting. Budgeting is not about restriction, it's about intention. Now, whether you go with Rocket Money or Monarch Money, I'll go ahead and leave the links for you guys down below in the description so that you can check them both out after this and come to a final decision of which one you think is better for you. These are affiliate links, which means that when you use them, it helps support the channel and allows us to keep making amazing videos like this for you guys. But look, what I want you guys to take away from this is the important thing is that you're getting clarity on where your money is going. So with that said, I hope you guys can use these apps to build a system that works for you and your budgeting style. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss more financial breakdowns just like this one. But that's it for me, Alex, aka your money friend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.